Okay, so, New York Comic Con is in full swing. Well, I guess you could say since it's Thursday, it's just starting to wake up, but we're already getting some news. Speaking of, we're getting a G.I. Joe crossover from IDW. Yeah, not counting Revolutions, the big IDW shared universe crossover. There hasn't been a lot of G.I. Joe crossovers on their own. Although you could count G.I. Joe versus Transformers, which, alright. But yeah, we've really only had, like, Danger Girl and Street Fighter, and now this. And this is also IDW's first time crossing over with Dynamite Comics. Although I could be wrong, I feel like they may have crossed over before, but if I'm right, I think this is the first Dynamite IDW crossover. And they picked an interesting one, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah. If you're reading that right, G.I. Joe and the Bionic Man. I can't even, make this up, people. G.I. Joe is crossing over with the Bionic Man. And in a weird way, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It really does feel like it makes sense. The Bionic Man is such a character that fits in the weird, in such the stylized world of G.I. Joe, where you have this character who has, cybernetic parts inside of him, and the details of the crossover, at least from the article I read, were kind of sketchy, but yeah, the Bionic Man kind of would work in the G.I. Joe universe, and from what I'm gathering is that it looks like Cobra wants the Bionic Man, and they want, to like replicate the Bionic Man. So yeah, that makes sense. That's a Cobra plot, and that's your basic Cobra plot in general. We want the Bionic Man. We want to make our own Bionic Men. Yeah, that's Cobra in a nutshell. So yeah, G.I. Joe is, it fits. Like, the Bionic Man could actually work. Like I said, it kind of makes sense for the G.I. Joe characters to meet to meet Steve. That's the Bionic Man's real name. So Steve is he's a secret agent, and he's also known from the show the $6 Million Man. And yeah. Now, back then, you have to understand that back then, for those who are not big in the Bionic Man TV series, $6 million back then, when the show came out, was like a big number. We have the technology, we can rebuild him. But now $6 million, that gets you a lot. That can get you a lot. That can, $6 million is chump change in this era. But yeah. Again, I think it's really cool because, like I said, G.I. Joe and Bionic Man, it's such it's a unique idea, but at the same time, like, it works for both sides. Secret agents who are sent out to do all these missions, enhanced abilities. It's really cool. And, seeing the Bionic Man, of course, seeing him fight Snake, this image of him fighting Snake Eyes, I'm sold already, with Storm Shadow in the background, and yeah, it's kind of funny that this got announced because, I'm kind of working on another fanfiction with my friend, Jason Voorhees 2011, and it's kind of G.I. Joe centric. Yeah. It's kind of funny that this got announced, and I'm working on something about, I'm writing a story with G.I. Joe in it. I find that hilarious. Anyway, so it's like it was a sign from God. That's all I can think of. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't read the Bionic Woman Wonder Woman crossover that was done not the comic book Wonder Woman, but the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I haven't read that crossover yet. I still need to find the G.I. Joe Street Fighter crossover. That's actually hard. I've been looking for it all over the damn place. I can't seem to fucking find it. That's on my to-do list. And now I got another crossover to look forward to. And, yeah. Not much else I can say about this other than I'm kind of interested in this. I think it's always cool because you usually see, whenever IDW does crossovers these days, it's usually with the TMNT or they don't really do Transformer crossovers anymore because they want to keep it in their own kind of central thing. So it's kind of fun to see, it's either Ghostbusters or or Ninja Turtles you usually see come out of IDW whenever they do crossovers. So it's kind of fun to see whenever G.I. Joe shows up, it's like, oh, fuck yeah! So when's my, so since I know you guys are buddy-buddy with DC now, like IDW and DC are suddenly like what Dark Horse and IDW were in the past, is there any chance we can get, you know, Batman G.I. Joe? Or, because seriously, come on, Batman versus Snake Eyes. That needs to actually happen. Batman and Snake Eyes fighting, you know, or how about, you know, the G.I. Joe Justice League? Or, I don't know, if you want to go keep working with Dynamite, the G.I. Joe The Shadow. I know that sounds a little messed up, but in a weird way, I mean, if you can cross over the Shadow with the Twilight Zone, yes, people, that's an actual thing, then why not, right? I mean, you know, having some pulp heroes with, you know, teamed up with, you know, Duke and Roadblock and all of them, that'd be really cool. But yeah, I am looking for, I think this is going to be really cool. Again, like I've said multiple times in this in this video, this is, you know, it kind of makes sense. Bionic Man and G.I. Joe, it kind of makes sense. So, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the upcoming crossover between G.I. Joe and the Bionic Man? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.